So, if you're not familiar with these iceberg videos, they are a meme of all the things and facts. So, speaking of that, let's dive in. Thomas and the UK Trip. Thomas and the UK Trip is a crossover with Thomas and Friends and a crossover with a Japanese show, Pankeki. The thing I really like in this crossover because they use a real-life J50 for Thomas. Thomas and the Magic Railroad's director's cut. There were a few changes in Thomas and the Magic Railroad, one of them being a villain, which we'll get to later. But not gonna lie, I'm a pretty big fan of Thomas and the Magic Railroad. The Sad Story of Henry Miss Compton. In 1953, there was a pilot for the BBC about the sad story of Henry, but it was cancelled due to the model being embarrassingly derailed and a hand had to pick it up again. The Missing Coach episode. Donald Douglas's original introductory episode was going to be a mix of Tello Twins and The Missing Coach, but was changed to Breakfast, aka Donald Douglas. Drayton Manor. Drayton Manor is the home of Thomas Land, which also owns a few models from the hit era, which we'll get to later. P.T. Boomer. P.T. Boomer is a cancelled villain in Thomas and the Magic Railroad. He was going to be the main villain along with Diesel 10, but was dropped due to him being too scary. Thomas and Tugs live in the same universe. If you don't know what this show is, it's a show about a group of Tugs living their independent lives, working together in a big harbor. And when the show ended, a few models and stuff was brought over to Thomas and Friends, and even a character too. Toby stolen from Drayton Manor. This speaks for itself. In 2011, someone broke in and stole Toby's model. I wouldn't say stolen, it was saved. The Sad Story of Henry, 1933. Well, like I said, Henry's model derailed on a switch that wasn't set in the wrong direction, and a hand had to pick it up. And that's why it was cancelled. Flying Scotsman in tender engines. I think this is referring to this scene where we see a shot of the tenders for Flying Scotsman. But good God, I wish we can see the front of him. The hand in Thomas and the Trucks. This is referring when Thomas passes Elsbridge. Here, let me slow it down. So, now you get it? The Down the Mine pilot. Down the Mine was going to be the first episode of Thomas Friends, but was pushed to the near last episode. It was going to use other models, but the only surviving scene in this scene is the Knapford scene. Lady's life-size model. There's a life-size model for Lady to interact with the life-size people. It was turned into a Christmas prop after they finished the movie, and there was a petition to rebuild it. Stepney in Drayton Manor. Stepney's model was shipped over to Drayton Manor and was put in storage. I have seriously no idea why they put it in storage. Gordon Goes Foreign episode. Gordon Goes Foreign was planned to be adapted, but was cancelled due to budget. Thomas the Tank Engine, 1976. Thomas and Friends was going to be a musical television series planned by Andrew Leo Weber from 1973, but it was canceled due to the US marketing not interesting enough. Molly's prototype faces. Molly had a bigger face in the prototype, and also in a few books and merchandise too. Penis joke in A Scarf for Percy. I'm just gonna play the scene now.
My funnel's cold, he puffed. I want a scarf, I want a scarf. Rubbish, Percy, said Henry. Engines don't wear scarves. Engines with proper funnels do, replied Percy. You've only got a small one. Before Henry could answer, Percy puffed away.
Big World, Big Adventures deleted scene. Again, I'm gonna play the scene.
Hello, where are you going?
Wherever I want to, mate. I'm a free spirit. I follow the sun.
Oh, I see. A sun worshipper. We used to have proper sun worshippers in Mexico. And you know what their faces look like? This.
I think they cut the scene out for being a little too racist. Anyways, let's just continue on. Thomas and the Magic Railroad takes place during Season 2. This is a little theory everyone made up. And me? I think it's a very different universe. Thomas and the Stinky Cheese CGI testing. Stardust Pictures made a little test on the Season 11 episode, Thomas and the Stinky Cheese, but it wasn't broadcasted or seen by the public audience. Fergus's damaged model after Bill, Ben, and Fergus. Fergus's flywheel was damaged after the stone fell onto him. That's why he didn't appear after Season 7. Elderly Thomas face. During Season 4, Thomas and the Magic Railroad, someone crafted an elderly face for Thomas, and it was a great joke. Vickerstown tramway engines. In concept of the Great Race, there are tramway engines going under the bridge, which heads to Vickerstown. Edward and Thomas and the Magic Railroad. Edward was going to appear in Thomas and the Magic Railroad, but his model wasn't brought for filming. The Asterion engine. An engine that was not seen or named in the Railway series, just mentioned. Barry the Rescue Engine. Barry was a cancelled character in the Railway series because the kids wanted more of Thomas and his friends instead of new characters. Splatter and Dodge in Day of the Diesels. Splatter and Dodge were going to appear in Day of the Diesels, but were pushed to the Great Race, which we'll get to later. Duke and Kevin the Steamy. Duke, Stuart, and Falcon were going to appear in Kevin the Steamy, but they didn't pass the storyboard. The Black Pencil in Thomas and the Magic Railroad. When we get a close-up version of Diesel 10, we see a pencil in the background. Here, let me show you again. Now you get it? Bertram is Smudger. This is a little theory the fandom made up. Bertram's model was made out of Duke, but made browner, with a smudger face on it. And Bertram was going to be a tank engine. Annie and Clarabelle with gray faces. This just speaks for itself. Annie and Clarabelle were going to have gray faces during Season 12. But this didn't happen, and they kept their brown faces. The Adventures of Thomas film. It was a planned movie which was going to be released in the spring of 2011. Then it was pushed to 2012, then to 2013, then 2014, and being cancelled. Splatter and Dodge in The Great Race. Continuing on the failed returns of Splatter and Dodge, they were going to appear in The Great Race as Diesel Shunters, but they were dropped as well. Ladies' prototype faces. There are a bunch of prototype faces for Lady. They were not used on screen. Thomas and the Scrapblur Studios Lego Movie. Thomas was going to appear in this Scrapblur Lego movie about a Lego person leaving his hometown and going to the real world. However, this didn't see the day of light. Stanley Shed. Stanley Shed was billed for The Great Discovery, but however, this wasn't used on screen. We don't know why, but we need to find out by ourselves. Thomas and Friends Institute of Innovation. It's a movie made by Studio Hansa between 2013 and 2014. It was to promote Thomas and Friends to the merchandise partnership worldwide. For unknown reasons, this film was not released to the public general audience. Scrap Jack and the Pack episodes. There were a bunch of cancelled episodes for the Thomas spin-off, Jack and the Pack. They were Bossy Byron, Kelly's Heroes, Jack and the Quack, Jack and Alfie Swap Up, and Treasure Hunt. Tasha Stone. Tasha Stone is Burnett Stone's wife. She made appearance in a deleted scene, but wasn't seen in the movie. In the deleted scene of the director's cut, we can see her and Burnett dancing, and we don't know who's her voice actor. Victor's TV series model. Victor was going to have a TV series model for Hero of the Rails, but was cancelled due to budget. Unused Thomas and the Magic Railroad songs. There were a bunch of unused Thomas and the Magic Railroad songs, and none of them are in the Thomas and the Magic Railroad record board. And I know one of them, and that is Night Train. Hero of the Rails Model Series Special. Hero of the Rails was going to be developed in the model series, but was switched to CGI due to budget cuts. Look out for the train. In early drafts of Thomas and the Trucks, aka Trouble for Thomas, you can hear a crew member hearing, "Look out for the train." Heroes TV series model. In the director's cut of Hero of the Rails, Hero was also going to have a TV series model, but again with Victor due to budget cuts. Suicide Knot in The Great Race. During the movie, Thomas has a bit of an identity crisis, and at the bridge scene, Thomas looks down at the water and he wants to... Oh, forget it. I'm gonna play the scene.
Why do I have to be me? Is this what I'm really meant to be? Break me, shake me, take me all apart. There has to be a better place to start.
Dark Thomas. That is really, really dark. And that's it. If I made any mistakes, please correct me in the comments below. This is Mars, Sonic Crash, and Thomas, the J.K. Fans 4, signing off.